Alright guys, welcome back to another sweet tutorial, and in this video we're going to be importing different animations for this player. So right now, check it out, he can go left and right, but it looks like he's just sliding on glass or something. Not very cool looking, and obviously we want him to do things like look like he's running and actually jumping instead of just like immediately just increasing his height or whatever. Looks kind of weird right now, so that's what we're going to be doing, importing different animation, and it's going to be kind of repetitive, but after you watch this video you guys are going to be pros at learning how to import animations and use different animations on the same player. So the first thing that I want to do is actually just double click this guy, and of course whenever you do we have all these windows pop up, and right now you guys can see that we have one animation right here. So in order to add another animation, what you can do is you can right click this and hit add animation. So the first thing I want to do is rename this to idle to run. And what this animation is going to be is basically an animation of him going from standing to running. Because if we just put whenever you press right, just start running, it's going to look weird, like he just immediately got shot out of a cannon. So that's why we need a transition from idle and full out running. So that's what this is right here. So the next thing we need to do is make sure that you have it selected, of course, and then right click in this animation frames window and press import sprite strip. Now this one is in sprites, jungle performer, player, and idle to run. This is also called tween. And of course we want to choose the sprite strip itself and press open, and this is actually always going to guess the proper amount, and press OK. Now delete this first one because that was the default one, and the first thing that you should always do is crop it. So hold down shift on your keyboard, hit crop, and remember it crops every single image. And then once your origin tool is selected, then you can just go ahead and hit the number 2 on your keypad, and then right click the origin and press apply to whole animation. So if that was too fast, then you are in luck because we got to do it a couple other. Actually, the one other thing that I want to do before this is make sure that you have idle to run selected, and for the speed we're gonna be tweaking the speed and also the loop for each one. Idle to run, we're gonna set the speed at 15, and also no, because once he's standing and starts running, you don't want him to do it over and over again. It's just gonna transition from one to another. So 15, no, and then it's good to go. So the next one we want to add is just the full on running. So once that's selected, of course what we want to do is just right click, import sprite strip. So this one is player run, and as you can see this is pretty much just him running, obviously. Now open this, okay, delete the first one, and the first thing we want to do is shift and crop, and as you guys can see, just an animation of him running. So now let's select the origin tool, hit 2, and apply it to the whole animation. And for this, again, make sure you have this run animation selected, and once your origins are in place, for the run, set this at 15, and we actually want to set this loop to yes, because basically when this animation gets done and he gets done with one loop of running, as long as you're still running, just keep looping the animation over and over because he's not stopping. So if you had not looped, then he would run and then his foot would stand in one place and it would slide. Obviously not the effect that we're going for. So another thing that I want to do is add jump from run, and what this is going to do is we're going to have him jump in two different situations. The first one is as he's running. If you jump, it's obviously going to look a little bit different than when you're standing still and then you jump. So this is obviously the run, or excuse me, the jump to do while he's running. So what we want to do is import sprite strip. Cannot say that word. Oh well. Player, jump from run. Select jump from run. Open. Delete the first one. And crop. So crop all of those, and as you can see, here he is getting ready to jump, and that's pretty much it. Obviously. So the next thing I want to do is set that origin to 2. Looks good. Okay, origin point. Go to where you're supposed to go. Origin to 2. Apply to the whole animation. And for the jump from run, the only other settings that I want to do is hit the speed at 15, and of course we don't want to loop this one either because we don't want them like crouching and jumping over and over. It'll look weird. Now the last animation that we have to import, add an animation, is jump from stand. So of course this is going to be the one where he jumps from standing still. So import sprite strip. I got it right that time. Jump from stand. Jump from stand. Delete the default one. Crop all of them. Change the origin point and apply to whole animation. And for the settings for jump from stand, the speed of this is actually going to be 22, and it just looks better that way. And for the loop, of course, we are going to put no because we don't want them doing that animation over and over and over again. So now just go ahead and make sure that everything is good to go. Alright, it looks pretty freaking good. And make sure your properties are proper, which they are. And once you're good to go, that's it. So again, I know the process was kind of repetitive, but again, the process, well, I'm not even going to explain it. You saw it 4 different times. Well, 5 now, including all the tutorials. So thank you guys for watching. You can now close out of this, and in the next tutorial, well, obviously we're going to be working on the game some more. So I'll see you then.